Hello everyone and welcome to Customs in the Making.
And today I will be making a Highland Railway river class. So, to make a river class, I'll be using an old Tony Henry I got off eBay. And yeah, so the thing about the river classes, I'm going to be painting this in like a light Caledonian Railway blue once I'm done shaping. But there's basically like barely any photos of this with like a paint color to the real life class, just in black and white. But I've managed to find some pictures of the paint scheme, so yeah, I do know like how to do this. So yeah, right now I'm gonna just start by disassembling this. Alright, so I got it all disassembled. You got the shell, tender, sanded it down and cut the stickers off on both sides. Motor, yeah, and also the wires were broke, so I can separate the motor from the tender. So on here you got all this, wheels and stuff in the truck. So yeah. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start to get to the shaping. Well, actually, no. I'm going to get to the cutting first, because there is some cutting involved. Like, for example, I'm going to have to be... what I mean is, the slope here, or the, like, down part, I'm going to have to be bringing it back a bit. Because the river classes, they do that, like, they go, like, halfway, I'd say, then slope down, if I'm correct. And, yeah, probably modify the front a bit, and also cut this and this down. So, yeah, I'll do that now. Alright, so I did most of the cutting, and by that I mean there's still going to be some cutting when I'm shaping, but now I got my main bit of it done. So first you got a bit cut into here, because the cylinders, or the running board also goes up, and I do have to modify the front a bit, so yeah, got all that. I talked really loud there. So I cut this, or the back part off from the running board, because the thing is, so it goes off right here. What I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to cut into this, and bring this back, so I guess it slopes halfway, if that makes any sense. I also cut the top of the tender off, because something I'm going to do with shaping, a way to think of it is just a chunky Douglas tender, or Donald. So yeah, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start the shaping, which some things I got to do, I'm going to connect the wheel arches, because the thing about them, the slope, they just go straight to the other one. Same from this to the cab. And I'm thinking about extending the firebox a bit. The shape is good, just the length needs to be changed. And I probably will give it custom cylinders as well. So yeah, I'll do all that stuff right now. Alright, so the shaping's all done. And here it is all assembled so you can get a feel of what it's like. And I really like it. So, I'm going to start with the tender. It's pretty simple. You got the classic just bit around it to show... It's like... For the tender, it actually slopes outwards, but this is the closest I can really get. So yeah, I covered up the top of it, and this right here is just going to be like where the coal is. So I'm going to just slide that in there, have it painted separately. And for the body, I put the side rod on here. I'm going to use the shortened ones and save the other one for a project. So yeah, this is just temporarily on. And I grabbed a Thomas wheel, since like, you know, the other Henry wheel cannot handle the shortened ones because it has the thing sticking into the piston. So yeah, I'll go over what I did. So one, I made the slope right here. I think it looks pretty good. Both sides. And I made it so the wheel arch thing, it also slopes into the cab, and also these two are connected like the real life one. And I extended the running board part up from where the piston is. I think I like that. As well as like a kind of custom front. And on here, this is actually to a scissor thing, because actually, kind of good luck. My scissor thing broke, like the pin broke, so I was able to use that for that, and I did get replacement scissors, so that's good. And yeah, covered the back up here. I ended up not extending this because I thought it would look better. So yeah, pretty simple for all this. And now what I'm going to do, well, also I extended this a bit. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to paint it in Caledonian Railway blue. And I had like 5 blues to choose from, and with some help from friends and stuff, I ended up picking one, and it would be this one. Which I also painted my King class in, which I think is pretty close. So yeah, I'll start by painting it all in the light blue. Alright, so I painted all the parts blue. So you got, ooh, I dropped that. You got all the wheels painted blue, which I actually really like. Yeah, I think the color suits it. So you got all of these, I'll try and get them in a better light. And the main shell all around. I like really evened out the paper and stuff. I like it. So yeah, you got all that. Also, I covered the windows. I forgot to do that when shaping. So yeah, and you got the tender all around. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. And on the inside a bit. So yeah, that's really it for that. And one other thing I did on here, I replaced the end with a Lego bit, and that's because I have like this plow for it. Because in some images of the river classes, they have like a plow on the front, so this can be attachable and detachable. Alright, so for the next part, I'm going to be painting all the black and red and, well, just black and red parts. Because I thought the running board would have been white, but in the images it was black, I think, for Caledonian Railway Blue. So yeah, black running board. And for red on the sides, I'm actually going to use a darker red. Well, I probably will, probably won't, who knows. But I also will be using some of the normal red I use, but I'll explain that later. So yeah, I'll get to all those parts right now. Alright, so got all the red and black on. So to start here, you got the red pistons, like in Caledonian Railway Blue. Man, the times I'm saying Caledonian Railway Blue in this. But yeah, so you got black on the sides all around. And on here, you got the roof as well as the back. And I got the paper painted as well on the smoke box bit. Here you got a red stripe at the bottom. And you got the full running board painted. So yeah, like that. Back of here. And front. And I also painted the coal. So yeah, now I can get to the red and, no, not red, white and black lining. So yeah, I'll do that real quick. Alright, so I got all the lining down. And to start on here. And also, like, a thing is about the livery, it has white with black on the inside, but I just did white with black on the inside itself rather than in between two white lines. Because it's easier and I think would look better in the end. So you got it on here, here, all the way over here, made a little window all along the boiler, and just the white at the back, because that's kind of hard to do, a white and black stripe. So yeah, same on this side. On the tender, you got two of them, one here and one on the second layer. I think it looks pretty nice. And one also on the bottom as well. Nothing on the back, same on the other side. And on here, you got lining on the front, and on the pistons, you got it. And on the side, oh, excuse me, on the sides, just white lines on top and bottom. So, same on the other side. And on the wheels, I gave them black and white lines for all of them. So, yeah. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to get to... my bad. I'm going to get to the final details. Alright, so I got the final details on. So to start on the front, you got silver buffers, the black coupling, and I got red in the center, like the normal livery. And I did the same for the buffer beam on the back of this. And let's see, you got silver handrails, gold whistle things or whatever. And I would have the windows in gold, but my gold paint pen isn't really precise. So, yeah, big oof for that. Also, silver handrails on here. So, yeah. Now I'm going to do two things. Put on the number and BR logo like I do with my OCs. And I'm going to spray it in clear coat. So, yeah, I'll do that real quick. Alright, so I put the clear coat on, so if you may see, everything's a bit more shiny. So, two things. One, you got the number plate. 14760. It's literally just one number off of an image I saw of an actual river class. So, yeah. And our British Railways logo. So, yeah. All that there's left to do is assemble it. And here it is. Actually, I like this. So, on the tender, you got all this stuff, like the BR logo, the lined wheels. I actually liked it a lot. No back lining. Over here. Number, all this stuff. Oh, I also decided to put the, I'm going to call it cowcatcher on. And I also added a lamp. It's literally just a Mini's back couple piece. And so, yeah, that's really it for the model. I'll do like a turnaround. So, yeah, I like it. So, all that there's left to do now is the face. So, here it is, all done. And here we have a custom face, even though it kind of looks just like an Edward one. So, yeah, I kind of failed on that. So, here it is. I like it. And, so, if you're curious, the name will be Flumen, which is, I think, Latin for river. So, haha, I don't know, makes sense. So, yeah, here's my river class all complete. So, yeah, thank you all for watching, and goodbye.